Good morning, children, and welcome back to our online teaching classes. Today, we are going to continue with our write-on activity, that is letter writing, which is a part of this unit, My Elder Brother. Letter writing. Then what is a letter? A letter is a form of written communication between two persons or two parties on a particular topic, matter, issue, incident, etc. It serves the purpose of documentation as well. So, for a proper bonding and relationship between people, communication is very important. This unit, which is all about human bonds, talks about communication. There are two methods of communication, the written communication and the telephonic communication. And letter writing is a form of the written communication where it not only serves the purpose of communicating between two parties or persons but also serves the purpose of documentation. Okay, so letter is a written or printed communication directed to a person or organization. So letters may be created and sent as. So you can write your letters and send it in the form of an email or electronic transmissions, which include fax or the hand delivered transmissions, that is by hand, or to the regular mail transmissions, that is through the postal service. Okay, so all these three methods of letter writing is what we need to understand. So, classification of letters. Letters are broadly classified as formal and informal letters. So, what are formal letters? Formal letters are the letters written to higher authorities, organizations, and to people whom you do not know, unfamiliar people. Okay, these include the job applications, the complaint letters, letters to editors, and so on. And informal letters are the letters written to your friends, your family members, to your near and dear ones. These are the letters which are written to the people whom you are familiar with. So these informal letters are also called as the friendly letters. Now we'll understand the difference between the formal letter and the informal letter. It actually differs in the content and the language used. First, we'll go with the formal letter. You make the reason why you are writing the letter very clear, because you are writing to higher authorities, so you cannot write anything. So the reason why you are writing the letter should be clear. Clear topic paragraphs, that is, each paragraph should clearly indicate the topic or the subject of the letter. A concluding paragraph which lets the reader know what your opinion is and what you would like to happen. Then the appropriate and formal language. So you need to use a proper formal language. You cannot write anyhow. Okay. And also there should be a concluding paragraph which lets the reader know your expectation. Also, the quotations from people with authority and use of facts and figures to support your opinions should be included in your letter. So these could be the attachments along with your letter to support your content. Now, the informal letter. You start the letter with a friendly tone, asking the reader how they are. So you are more informal. Then paragraphs are used to discuss different topics. Okay, and that means each paragraph can have a different topic, because as I said, you are writing to your friends or to your relatives, so you need not be so formal. And there should be a concluding paragraph which ends the letter on a positive note, as hope we meet soon. So these are kinds of positive notes, and it should be an informal and colloquial language, a friendly language. So these friendly letters, which we call the informal letters, have 5 main parts. That is the heading, which includes the sender's address and a date, in this format 28 May 2020, and the salutation, which means the greeting, the body, the closing, which is the subscription, and the signature. So the sender's address is compulsory because if the receiver has to write a reply, he should know the sender's address. So this, in the address you need not write your name, as you would write it at the end. As I discussed, your friendly letters have 5 parts: heading, greeting, body, which is the heart of the letter, closing, that's the subscription, and signature, you may just write your name. And this letter is written to someone, therefore the receiver's address has to be written on the envelope. Now these 5 parts of the letter I have expanded into 8 parts, including the segregation of the content. That is, first it begins with my address, that is a sender's address, then the date, then the greeting, introduction, explanation, close, signing off, and my name. This you can easily remember through this sentence: my daughter Geeta is eating a cake and singing for me. My address, daughter, date, Geeta, greeting, is, introduction, eating, explanation, cake, close, singing, signing off, and me, my name. So this is the easiest way, is it not, children, to remember the format? Here is an example letter wherein Mrs. Cannon has written a letter to her friend Mrs. Emily, thanking her for the lovely bracelets that she had gifted her. So generally we make a mistake of putting commas where it's not needed. So I have mentioned here, don't use commas here so that you don't make a mistake. And you should remember that the letters should always be towards the left margin, left indentation. This is very, very important. But you might have understood very clearly that these letters, handwritten letters, these are time consuming because you write, then post, then the postman carries it, and then the receivers receive it. So it's time consuming, and you can just write one letter to one person. And this age of technology, when we talk about speed, then what could be a better way of letter writing than through email, which we also call as the electronic mail. And also we have experienced during this lockdown that it was not at all possible to send the letters through post or by hand. So if we had to give the message or write to our near and dear ones, we all have used the email, which we also call as the electronic mail. So let's learn now about the email. Email stands for electronic mail, and it is most preferred means of communication because it is cheaper and faster. All that you need for an email is we must have a computer or a laptop or a tab or a smartphone. Along with that, an internet connection, the server, and the sender's address and the receiver's address. If you have these, then sending an email is just very easy, just very, very easy. Now we'll look at the format of an email. We begin with from. From is the sender's email ID, and to, receiver's email address. Okay, so instead of house address, here we need to have the email address. Date, 28 May 2020, you should write in this form. Subject, reason of writing the mail, then you leave a line. Then salutation, which is the greeting, like dear, hi, hello, etc. And then the body, which is the main content of the email. Then comes the complementary closure, which is the ending statement, and then comes the name or the signature, which is the sender's name. So when you write email in your notebooks, you have to follow this format, strictly this format. How do you remember it? The format you can simply remember through this sentence. Finally, the doll spoke, silver body and copper nose. Finally, from, the, to, doll, date, spoke, s subject, then silver, S, salutation, body, B, then copper, C, complementary closure, and nose, N, name. So this is easy way of remembering the format. Finally, the doll spoke, silver body and copper nose. But children, you might have seen your email in the computer in this manner, where you see from, to, and then the CC, the BCC, the subject, the salutation, the main body, closing, then the attachments and your signature, the signature line, is it not? So the from is the sender's email ID and to is the recipient's email ID. CC is other individuals receiving the same mail with visible IDs, means when you have to forward it to several people, okay. And BCC is other individuals receiving the same mail with invisible IDs. And the subject, as I have told, title or the reason of writing mail, and salutation is words like dear, respected, hi, and so on. Main body, as your letter, it also includes an introduction, then matter in detail and conclusion. Then you have a closing, which is the ending statement. Then if you want to attach any pictures or any PowerPoint presentations or any PDF files, you can use this attachment section. And then the signature line, where you can write your name. So it looks on your computer something like this, which I have shown in color. Yes, so this is how it looks on your computer. But when you have to write it in your notebook, you have to strictly follow the format of the email that I have given you. So here, following this sentence, that is finally the doll spoke, silver body and copper nose, that is following the same format, I have given you a sample email, that is informal email, where last year during his vacation Preetham went to the adventure camp that included activities like trekking, rafting, rock climbing, etc., and write an email as Preetham describing the activities to a friend. So Preetham is writing this to his friend, so he should know the email address of his friend. So this is how a sample email is written, so that when you have to write an email, you should take the help of this slide. Okay children, now note down the homework. Consider yourself as the elder brother of Munshi Premchand and write a letter to your younger brother, guiding him and advising him to work hard and spend more time in studying and less in playing. The second one, consider yourself as Munshi Premchand and write an email to your elder brother thanking him for all the help and guidance that he has given you. So you need to write both the informal letter as well as the informal email. Okay. And then finally you have understood that for a communication, telephonic communication, you need the contact numbers, that is the mobile numbers and the landline numbers, phone numbers. Whereas for informal letter, you need the senders and receivers postal address, house address. Whereas to write an informal email, okay, or a formal email, you need the senders and receivers email address. Hope you all have understood this. Thank you children and have a nice time.